I liked The Good Place a lot. It's about like after you die and then there's like heaven and hell and then it's like the good place and the bad place and like where you go, and it was like this whole like mystery comedy type thing. It was interesting. Like I liked it because it was like refreshing because it was like different from other shows, and it wasn't like you know, main love interest and like fall in love and then they live a life together. It was more like different, so that was nice.
I love the show Parks and Rec because it just makes me feel good. It's like The Office but like more wholesome.
I really like American Vandal. It's like that sort of crimey sort of thing. The Witcher, that's a good one. And then like Parks and Rec, that's another just solid one. They all kind of have like something that makes them unique. So for example, like Parks and Rec has like Chris Pratt, so it makes it so there's like some unique dialogue that only you would get while watching like Parks and Rec.
Grey's Anatomy, Friends,
Patriot Act,
The Vampire Diaries,
The Flash.
Madam Secretary.
The Flash, I think, I started watching it when I was in middle school, so I just kind of felt the need to continue. It, I don't know, brings back good memories. Patriot Act is funny. I like Hassan Minaj, so.
I think the shows for me appeal to like different parts of my life in general, I guess, because I think I like these shows in like different phases of my life. So
it was Friends, and then they removed Friends, so I'm really sad about that. It's just a show that we used to watch as a family back when, and I really like it a lot. And also Stranger Things. It was, I think, a Netflix original, so that was really good.
I would say Stranger Things. Like this summer, I watched like all three of the seasons like at one go because I didn't know anything about Stranger Things, and then like I was told by my friends to watch it, so I watched season 1 and then I was like hooked. But then like at the end of the latest season, the end of that, Hopper died. Spoiler alert, Hopper died, and like I was so hooked onto the show that I just started crying and I could not stop crying. So I was crying for like 30 minutes. Like I called so many people. I'm like, I can't stop crying. Why is this happening? And yeah, so since that day, I've been waiting for the next season to come out.
You did not enjoy it. I watched all of it. I skipped a lot of it. It was interesting. It was kind of unrealistic and a little traumatizing, honestly. But yeah, I watched it. It was addicting, I guess. I finished it pretty quickly in a week or so, but it wasn't bad. It was just like, I also watched it like second semester junior year, and I was like, no, like this semester is gonna be my semester. And then I was watching it and I didn't do my homework and I was just like, should I be watching this? And so maybe it wasn't the show that was bad, but like the time I was watching it, I'm like, I shouldn't be watching this. I didn't enjoy it. It's for that reason, probably.
It's probably like all the bandwagon shows. So like The Office. Not the ones when Steve Carell's in them, like the ones after Steve Carell leaves. I think those are like the worst episodes. That one show, like You, I think. I've only seen like the first couple minutes of it. It's just like about a stalker or something. And I don't know, man. That's kind of creepy. I don't know if I'd want to watch something like that. But yeah, that's about it. Netflix has pretty good stuff.
I'd say the worst Netflix show I've ever seen is probably Friends. I personally don't like Friends. I think it's really repetitive and the characters have the same sort of personality. It doesn't really develop over time.
Oh, SPF 18. I watched 4 minutes. This is Noah Centineo movie, and it was like I don't know, they were on this beach and he was like shirtless in the first scene and like he didn't like do anything, and then he like started acting or like talking to this person and it was so bad and the music didn't match and the vocals were like off and it was horrible.
Probably like any Noah Centineo movie, like they all are just terribly acted. Anything about them are just terrible.
Okay, so might be kind of weird, but I don't like 13 Reasons Why at all, and that's probably one of the worst things. There's definitely worse things that I've watched, but I can't think of them. I disagree with the entire plot line, and it could have just been done way better. It's so she's justifying her actions through a bunch of videotapes. That show also provoked a bunch of other chain reaction in real life that followed her example of making a bunch of tapes and things. and I felt like the book was good, but the show was just so unnecessary.
I mean, like Netflix has those like weird suggestion bar thingies where they like suggest you some weird stuff. Like I think once I got like McDonald's, another time it was something to do with like a documentary on like drugs and that stuff. But I think it's not the worst thing. Like it was pretty informative, but like the recently was a documentary that like basically was why you should turn vegetarian, like how that helps you. And like I like to eat chicken, like that's like I love chicken, so that documentary like pissed me off like more so. So yeah, that's probably the worst thing.
Netflix needs to get better movies, man. Like, I want to watch more classic movies. They got rid of The Breakfast Club, and I'm kind of mad about that. Breakfast Club is a really good coming-of-age movie. I mean, it's sappy, but it's coming of age. And I think that's necessary in our society these days, because especially since we're living in this bubble, a lot of my high school experiences don't sort of connect with other high school experiences that people of other schools. So like at Fremont, for example, a student will be like, yo, I went to a party last weekend and I was, drinking and stuff. But a Monte Vista student will be like, on the weekend, I sat at home and I did homework and watched Netflix. Like, it's really different, and I think having more of these, like, sort of coming-of-age movies could, like, not inspire, but sort of direct, more people to trying new things and being more adventurous in life, instead of just sitting at home worrying about the SAT.
Well, I've tried to learn Korean from the K-dramas, and I had learned like a certain level of it. And yeah, I just watch Netflix for like entertainment, so not much life experience that's been taught.
Theory of Everything was very, I don't know, it was good. Right after I watched that movie, I borrowed his book, The Brief History of Time. I didn't finish reading it, but I started reading it, and that's what counts. So, yeah.
Like in American Vandal, the main character, or the main protagonist guy is like being framed, right? So it kind of teaches you, like, you can't judge people by how they look or previous actions. You have to judge them based on how their character is and what they're doing, now in the moment, rather than what they did in the past.